Okay. All right. Pick some colors. Hi, Nushka. How you doing? Been a while since I seen you. Hope you're doing well. Uh-oh, what did I just do? I clicked something. Hang on. What did I click? Wait a minute. It looks like your camera was unplugged. Hang on. Let me see what I did. Okay. I don't know what I did. I moved my monitor, and I think I unplugged something. But I think we're back. So yeah. Can y'all hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me and see me? Let me check my camera settings here. Right, autofocus. Okay, I think we're good. All right, can y'all hear me? Get my voice going. Can see you and hear you. Okay, thanks, Ray. Thank you. Hi, Diana, Karina, Darlene, Darla. Hi, Melody. Good to see you. Hi, let's see. Yeah, I said hi to Ray. Yeah, we're going to color in MOMO Girl today. Pan Pastels. So hopefully is it looking focused, guys? Is it looking focused? How's everybody doing? Hope you had a good weekend. Deb, Melody. Of course, Melody's going to like anything coloring. Have you been coloring, Melody? Have you been coloring anything? Thanks, Darla. Let's see. Yeah, I like to say good morning to everybody. So if you're joining us for the first time or watching the recording, my name's Dee Dee, and I stream every Monday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern, but I usually come on about 8:30 to talk and chat. It's a chat show. We chat. Why, Melody? Why haven't you been coloring? Hi, Arlene. Dawn. So Tina should be here shortly. And hopefully Picola. Janet and Julie met up in Branson yesterday, so neither one of them are going to be here. They're skipping school. They're playing hooky. They're in Branson together. Yeah. So hi, Elvia, Pamela. Well, you need to pick up get going back in at Melody, because that's the only way you're going to get out of your mojo rut is to start again. Start again, girl. Pick it up. Pick it up. Hi, Julianne. So yeah, Janet and Julie are playing hooky today. They're in Branson. Hi, Fernando. So Janet won't be streaming today either. And yeah. So let's see. Just checking chat, see anybody else I missed saying hello to. So if it gets out of hand, if I know Tina will be here, hopefully Picola, I'll throw Arlene a mod rope if, if it gets necessary. If it gets necessary, I'll throw Arlene a rope. Let's see. Yeah. So let's see, Annie. Okay. Well, it's early Friday. I expect her to answer me in California. Well, she probably has to go. Like, there's Picola. Good morning, Picola. So I was just saying, if you didn't know, Picola, Janet and Julie met up in Branson yesterday, and so neither one of them will be here. I did see Tina this morning, so she'll probably be here shortly. And if you need help, Picola, you can mod Arlene, or if you can't, I will. So yeah, while she's here, Arlene has to get sleep sometime. Sometimes she has to sleep, but let's see. Branson, Rachel, I know, right? So true. She sent me a picture, her and Julie. But I didn't ask if I could show it on stream. So I'll wait and see. But they took a picture, or they took a selfie of themselves, or someone took a picture of them, and they're sticking their tongues out at me like nah 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 nah. I thought, oh my gosh, you two. Oh, thanks, Melody. Hi, Barbara. Let's see. C&P, Cat and Paste. I'm trying to see. I'm sure I said hi to Ray. They did, Ray. They were sticking their tongue out. I should have asked if I could show the picture. They probably went to a show last night, so they're probably still asleep. So I'm not going to text Janet and ask her. I'm not going to ask her this because it's like 7:30 there. If they stayed up late, I don't want to ask them. We'll show the picture later if they let me. Let's see, Linda Rins. So yeah, I thought I picked a picture out of MOMO. This is the MOMO girl, and then this one, here's the cover. This is what it looks like. I'll show the ones I've colored in it. And I think Melody has probably sent me both of them. This one's called Girl with Music. This is the one with the poem in it. This is the one with the poem. I think I've only colored one or two in this one. Let's see. But that's what it's called, Girl with Music. This is Momo Girl. By the same, well, it's by Momo. If you follow on IG. Did I cut it out? No, there it is. There's the one I finished in this one. Hi, Trisha Green. Hi, Tina. Tina, of course, comes in and puts everybody that she can possibly put in a comment. Thanks, Tina. So yeah. So don't make Arlene mad. Hi, Maseki, Deb. So this is one that I did in the Girl with Music. That's what the translation is in this one. And I'm pretty sure Melody sent me both of these. This one came with some cards and some extras. This is the one we're going to color, I know, today. And this is what the cover looks like here. And I'm going to use pan pastels and color pencils. Poem. Yeah. Oh, poem. And let's see here. This one came with a poster, I believe. Let's see here. Yeah, a calendar. This one came with the calendar, 2018. And like I said, I'm pretty sure Melody sent me both of these. And and you can follow her on Instagram. Let me see if I can show it to you so you know. Go over here to IG, MOMO. So it's this is what it looks like. M.O. Momo girl. Okay, so Momo girl. And yeah. Let's see. Tina. Let's see. Kenny, I did see Kenny posted something she commented on my Catterday, I think it was, Pacola. And so she is around, but not as much. I did ask her how she was doing. Let's see. Let me go over to my IG here. I'm pretty sure it was on Catterday. Let me look at my comments. Maybe it was on my cartoon, the little comic that Jason drew. Let's see. If y'all don't follow me over on Instagram, let's see. Kenny, where is she? I thought it was on this one. Yeah. Yeah, so she's around. I still see her. So if y'all missed the cartoon, well, I say comic, it's not, but it's a cartoon comic drawing that Jason drew. Go over to my IG and look at that. And then here's my Catterday. And what else? And of course, the coloring lamp we did last week is over there. So yeah, go follow me. I'm Inky Well, but you can find me if you put in Dee Dee Willingham or Inky Well, INKIWELL. Let's see. I didn't draw that, Melody. Jason drew it. Jiminy Cricket, Jason. Yeah, he drew that. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay, Tina, show the alligator picture. Okay. So I had the lid still on my, thank goodness. Otherwise my cats would be having, no, baby, can't go with the cords. No. You love those cords, but you can't have the cords. Okay, let me go over there, Tina. Let's see. So if y'all don't know that Tina has an alligator in her lake. Let me find it. Here it is. Is that it? Here it is. Let me turn it sideways. So there's the baby alligator. It looks huge. I said, we're going to need a bigger boat. So, yeah. Yeah, I have the lid on, Trisha. Yeah, I kept it out of the glare there, but and they're bringing me toys. Yeah, they bring me toys and drop them at my feet. Janet's here. Oh my gosh, Janet, are you awake? Okay, so here she is. Sitting might be getting ready to meet up with Julie again. Can I show the picture? Janet, can I show the picture you sent me of y'all sticking your tongue out at me? I wanted to ask your permission first. I'm not asking Julie. I'm just asking you. Yeah. So hi, Tina. No, baby, you can't go over past here because you'll get in the cords. You cannot get in the cords. With Janet's here, one eye open, so I don't know if she can see. Okay, of course. Okay, so here. So Janet sent me this. Of course, I had to fix the picture, lighten it up because it was so dark. Janet's. Just kidding. Let me go. Let's see. Messages. Let's see here. Okay, so here we go. So turn it sideways so you can kind of so there. There's Janet and Julie sticking their tongue out at me. It's hard to tell, but they're sticking their tongues out at me. So they met up yesterday in Branson. Sorry, guys, got to get my voice going here. Let's see. Kelly W. Said hi, Maseki. I'm sure I'm missing people coming in. I know, right, Trisha? Okay, you were in a dark restaurant. Well, anyway, they said it to me. It's kind of dark. I could barely see them, so I lightened it up for them. Hi, Kalura. So, anyway, let's see. I know, it was such a good picture. So, we're going to color in Momo Girl, and I do have one picked out. I have this one picked out, this girl. Well, and this too, the flowers. So, they have the poem over here, and everyone has. I'll flip through. I'll flip through the ones that I've colored here. Let's see. Starting right here. I'll just do a flip while we're chatting. I know, right, Pacola, that they got to get together. Did you meet up with the third person, Janet? Were you able to meet up with the third person? Oh, thanks, Tina. Yeah, that's what we're going to do today. And some of these I've done with pan pastel, like this is pan pastel. So yeah, I think you can get them on Amazon. We did this one about a month ago or so. There's a video. We're meeting for lunch today. I can hardly wait. Okay, Janet. This one is there's a video on this about a month ago. Well, there's probably videos of almost all. I think all of these. There's probably a video of back, away, over the couple of years. I think, like I said, I think I got this one. Melody Pie sent me this one like in 2018. So this one I colored with the lime green metallic, which I don't really like, but it is what it is. Took about 3 coats, I think. But I wanted it lime, and I thought, well, that shiny green might be pretty, but I didn't really love it. But, So, oh, thanks, Pacola. So there, Pacola put a link in the description there where you can get it on Amazon. And don't forget to follow Momo on IG too. This one. I really want to do this one too. This one reminds me of Denise when she was little. Before she started wearing contacts, which I think she started wearing contacts when she was like 11 or 12. This just reminds me of her when before she got contacts. She started wearing glasses when she was like 4, I think. Green is never wrong. Trisha Green, okay. I really love this too with the I could see me doing some wind, like her hair blowing in the wind. Hi, Mary. Her catio. Yeah, Kalora Becky they built their cat a catio. So follow Becky Kalora. I think it's Becky Skinner, or is it Kalora? Becky, which one is it on Instagram? I forget. Which one is it? But follow Becky on IG and you can see her catio. I almost went with this double page spread, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to finish this in 3 hours. But I really like this double page. And the paper is a nice, probably a 90 weight cardstock. It's cool on IG built a while ago, though. Yeah, I knew you. Yeah, I remember when you built the catio. Yeah, you have to go back a ways. Hi, Nanamo. And you can get the translation of this too. Hi, View. Anybody else I missed? I love this fabric. This reminds me of Amour Fabrics that I buy from Selena. Amour Fabrics. That's what this fabric reminds me of. And then here's some smaller side, like full pictures that are just smaller. But we're going to go with this one today. And we're going to do it with pan pastel and pencil. So after I work the pan pastel, then I'll take it outside and spray it with a fixative. You do have to spray pan pastel with a fixative. I'm sitting on my foot and it's going to sleep. So then here's my little box of tools. I got these sponges, which I don't ever use the sponges like to do. I don't do anything that big with pan pastels. I use them as little palettes to blend on. And then I got this tool here. And once you have, this is one of my erasers. Once you have there's 4 different sizes of, there we go, 4 different sizes of sponge tools. And the actual tool itself is the shape. See, so there's 4 different shapes. And then all you have to do is just replace, the little sponges. And these sponges are not like makeup sponges. I mean, I'm not saying there's no sponges out there like these in the makeup world, but they are different. This is a different kind of material. It almost feels kind of oily. It's hard to describe, but it's made for the pan pastels. And then and here's my kneaded eraser to clean up any smears. And then I just have the little, and this is another wedge that you can get. And so I got 2 of these for some reason. But anyway, maybe there's 5. No, that's 2. I got 2 of those. So there's 2 of these, 1 of those, and 1 of each of these sizes. There we go. So anyway, you do wear these out kind of quickly because they're so thin and pointy. You can take these off and turn them over and use the other side. So it does work like that. Oh, okay. I did not know she was taking the hospital her back. Yeah, I knew she had back problems, but last I heard she was on a waiting list for a surgery or something. Maybe now they'll get her in there. Thanks, Rachel. Hi, Nana Mo. So you can flip them over and use the other side. And I just clean them off. You can wash them, but I wear them out before I even need to, wash them. I just clean them off on a paper towel. Just clean them off on a paper towel. And then see, look, I just kind of pulled that one apart. So I'm probably due to switch this one out. So you just switch them out. So, and then I blend on here just like you would on a palette rather than blending. I mean, I do blend on the piece itself too, but you can blend your colors on one of the sponges as a palette. So that's what we're going to do today. Let me get a baby wipe to keep my hands kind of clean. And let's see. Yeah, keep us posted if you hear anything else, Rachel. I think I follow Tori on, I do, on Instagram. But of course I haven't seen her for a while, but she's not a big poster either. So yeah, get out those pan pastels, Nana Mo. Get them out. So I haven't chose any colors or anything yet. This one has a finish. She does finish a couple in the front here. There's a couple that she gives you some samples of. And this is the one I'm doing, but I'm not going to make her blonde. I'll probably make her like maybe blue hair or something like that, just to be different. I mean, this is beautiful, but I'm gonna do my own colors. So again, I did flip through to show you the ones I've colored. Let me flip again real quick. There's one. Let me go ahead and zoom in too. Let's go ahead and zoom in one. Make sure we're focused. Let's see here. I think it looks kind of focused. I'll re-auto-focus and then. There we go. Bye, Tricia. Thanks for stopping in. This one. We did this one about a month ago, I think. Morning. Hi, Ashley. Morning, Moogles. Monday Moogles. Moogle Monday. I should get my little Moogle stick out there. This one. And then those are the sample ones. All right, so let me find mine again. I took the Post-it out. So I gotta find it again. All right, where's the one I want to do? I think it's the other way. Well, where'd it go? All right, now I can't find it. There it is. Let me get my... It's just another Moogle Monday. Hi, Barb. Good to see you. Oh, good to see you, Barb. Don't follow Barb. She's taking a break from streaming, but she has lots of videos you can go watch. And Barb Owen, howtogetcreative.com. Let's see who else. I know I'm probably missing people coming in. All right, let's see. So I am going to pick out colors. I have all the colors of the pan pastels. And so let's see here. Let's pick out some skin tones. Let me get some out. I don't put these out till I have to because of the cats. I could just close the door. I just could close the door on the cats, but and I'm going to be honest. I try to use as few colors as possible. I just do. I think I can blend a lot of it. Here's my white, and look, guys. I mean, I've had these for a few years, and white is the only one that I've even got down. I mean, they last forever. They cost each pan cost about the same as a Copic sketch. They cost about the same, but I'm telling you, if you're just using them for smaller projects like this, now if you're doing big, huge canvases, you're going to run through them quicker. But they cost about the same as a Copic, and they last forever. I mean, they just do. They're so concentrated. I just can't tell you enough how concentrated they are. All right, so let's see. I don't know that I'll need black, and I don't know what greens I'm going to need. Let's see, probably this olive, maybe these. I can always pull them back out again. I'm just kind of selecting a few here. So there's some greens. There's some skin tones. And I'm not sure what color here. I'm not looking at chat for a second, guys. Let's see. Do I want some blues in this one? Or do I want, I'm trying to think. Most of the time I color these flowers a pink color. I think I'm going to do them blue. I think I'm going to do blues. I think I'm going to do blue flowers today. Blue flowers. Oh, thanks, Rachel. Yeah, Tori's an artful dabbler. Thank you. All right, so I got some skin tones. I need a sienna color here. Let's see. I never get these back in order either. The order that they actually came in at one point. I'll probably need kind of this gold color in here too. And I've already got some on there. I'm going to have to take my kneaded eraser and pick up the excess there. All right, so I'm going to go with these blues, these skin tones, those greens. What color hair do I want? Do I want her to have purple hair? Maybe. I don't think I've done purple hair in a while, or like an aubergine color hair. So let's just get those two. All right. I'm sure I'll probably need some. I'll probably need a little bit of pink for some cheeks. Let's see, what pink do I want? This one. Let's go ahead and get this pink here. All right. There we go. All right. So I'm going to just kind of surround myself with these colors so you can kind of see them while I'm working. Let's put the greens over here. There. You can sort of see them all. That way, I can see the colors while I'm working. All right, let's go ahead and clean off some of the dust. And pan pastels they're not dusty like like chalk pastels. I didn't think that I would like pan pastels because I don't like the feel of chalk pastels. And although I've had to use them before, like in life drawing and stuff like that, but I really didn't like chalk, so I didn't think I'd like pan pastels, but they're not that chalky feel to them, and they're not near as dusty. So, all right, so let's see here. We got the light. Good. Maybe I need to, I don't know. I think that looks pretty good. I don't want to get it too flashed out. I think that's pretty good. So y'all have any questions, put it in caps. Make sure you have live chat selected at the top. And I might do a giveaway today because I have to go to the post office tomorrow. So maybe we'll do a giveaway. Let's see. Let's do one of these. So I still have a couple of these left from Faithful Mess. And by the way, I've not seen Faithful Mess. I know she was redoing her space and moving things around, and the electricity had to be moved, and she's been, but I have not seen her lately at all. I know she wasn't streaming, but I haven't seen her anywhere. So if y'all see Faithful Mess, tell her not to be a stranger. But she sends us books for giveaways, and I still have a couple of these Rainforest Escapes. They're like a watercolor paper. They are perforated, so if you use watercolor on them, you really need to tape the backs, because once they get wet, they will come out. So, but I think I'll go ahead and give away a Rainforest Escape. And again, guys, I only can do the books in the States, but we'll do a separate giveaway for international, and I'll send a print. I'll send one of my prints out to an international, because to send this international costs probably 3 times the cost of the books. So I only do books in the States, and then I send prints for giveaways international. So we'll do that in a little while. So I got to remember that after a while. There's a gnat in here. It's bugging me. A gnat. Oh, let's see. Thank you, Tina. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Give me a like or a non-like. It doesn't matter. It counts the same. Yeah. So Faithful Mess is. Let me look her up on IG. Let me just see here. Let me look up Faithful Mess. Let's see. So yeah, she hasn't posted since June 14th. So yeah, Faithful Mess. Come on now, girl. I already yelled at her once last time she's popped in here. Let's see, Missy. There's gnats. Yeah, don't be afraid of them. It does take some practice, but it doesn't everything. All right, so I'm going to start with her face. And again, guys, I will have to go spray it before I work on any, what do you call it, like pencil details. And so, and you do kind of have to be a little careful not to, smudge while you're working. You can spray intermittently, in between working on it. So, okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and start with, and I blend on the sponge. Okay, I blend on the sponge, so I'm just going to get a base coat first. So I'm just going to do her whole face, a light color, and just get that on here. And then do the shading. I'll just go over her lips and everything because I'm going to put pink on them. And the nice thing about pan pastels is you can erase them. Now, once you spray them, that's, if you use a final fixative like I do, you're not going to be able to erase. So you want to make sure before you spray a fixative, like if you get any around the edges or anything like that, you got your kneaded eraser, and you just kind of clean up any areas, like especially if you touch the edges, because you're working all around the whole page. It's easy to smudge it. So you can just make sure before you spray that you clean it up. The other thing is, and when you're working on something by yourself, like I just kind of blew away, there's not a lot of dust, but just a little like that. Make sure you don't like spit on it. If you get one little thing of water, I'll show you. And I won't spit on it. I won't do the spit test. I'll just show you on one of the things here. So if you get, let me get a water. Let me see. Hang on. Let me get a place marker there. There's that gnat. Let me find a water here. Let me look in here. I think I got a water brush in here. This was my little portable studio, which I did not even use once while I was gone. I was too busy when we went to Texas. So let's just say you just got a little drop of, is there water? There it is. You just get a little drop of spit on there. Yes. Well, I'll show you why. Okay, so there's just one little thing of water there, right? But then let me get a little darker color. So you're going along and you're blending and you're making everything, and all of a sudden you come to, there's a drop of water there. Look. And I'm just going to be honest, there's no getting that off. I've tried to erase. I've used the electric eraser. Once you go over a drop of water, that's it. So you're going to have to turn it into a mole, a freckle, a polka dot. You're going to have to turn it into something else. So do not get any water, or that's why I'm saying, because I'm sitting here going, getting the dust away. You just got to make sure, if you even think you spit on it, then dry it before you could continue on. Okay, hit it with the heat gun, let it dry. Yeah, it gets a mole. Yeah, it does. I've had to do that before. I've actually had to turn it into a mole. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to get a little bit of pink here. Maybe a little. Where's my sponge? Here we go. So I'm going to get a little of this pink and a little bit of the peach, and kind of make a little bit of just a little bit of a peachy cheek there. And again, if you get it anywhere, like, look, I got it in her hair, it doesn't matter because you can erase. Once you spray it, though, that's it. All right, so I think I want a little bit, I think I need a little bit darker pink. Let me get this magenta color here. me get this magenta because I want to do her lips a little bit pinker. And then I'll do details with pencil, okay? So a little bit more pink. Maybe just a little bit more magenta in those cheeks. Okay, now I'm going to blend that in. Okay, I'll blend that in just a little bit. I just want to kind of get it in there. All right, where's my sponge? What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay, get a little bit of white and lighten it up. All right, let's see. Barb. Didn't all our moms do that? Or grandmas? Okay, so yeah. All right, so let's just go ahead and soften. Okay, now I want a little bit more. I want some highlights here, and I can also do some erasing. You can erase out, so I want to get a few highlights here. It might be hard for y'all to see. Do I need to zoom in? Let's see. Maybe I should zoom in a little more. You won't be able to see the whole thing. Is that better for watching me color it? I'm not sure. Then you can't see my colors that I'm choosing as we go, but maybe that's better. And of course, I'll do more shading with the pencil, but I just like to kind of base it in. Maybe a little light right here. All right, now let's get into a little more shadows. Let me go ahead and get a little bit of this sienna color and work that in. A little more. If y'all got any questions, put them in caps. A lot of the details I do with pencil, but I'm trying to get a base on here. And it's just so easy to blend. And, you know, if you're trying to do this whole face like that I've done so far, if you try to do this with pencil, it would take you a while just to get this to this stage, right? Just slowly building it up. Yeah, it does. I know it's weird. It doesn't though. Now, if I went like right into dark purple or black or something like that, but you mean when I touch this, yeah, it doesn't contaminate. You know, of course, I'm rubbing the bulk of it off on the sponge too. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and stop on the face for a minute. Let's get a little bit lighter right there. All right, just a little bit of dark right along the collar. All right, let me move this for a minute. And then just keep your kneaded eraser handy because you're going to see little bits of just little areas that you know, when you blow the dust away, which there's not a lot. It's not compared to like your chalk pastels. Not nearly the dust. Now her eyes look they're not very, you can't tell like there's mascara, there's no color in her eyes yet. You know, a lot of that I'll do with pencil because it's very tiny. So even with the smallest tool, it's, you know, it's a little tricky to do tiny details. Of course, I love just doing pencil. All right, so I said I was going to do the flowers blue. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get my other sponge here that I've mixed blue on, and I'm going to do these colors with the flowers. Now I'm going to start though. I'm just going to go ahead and start by, now see I did kind of get a little bit of the brown in there because I didn't clean my my sponge off, but it's okay. All right. So I just want to I want to get the flowers based in. So I think I'll just go straight from here because I just want a base coat of this light blue first. I got a little bit of brown on there. I'll just erase it. Let me clean my sponge off here to make sure I get all the brown off the tip. There's a little bit on the tip there. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and go with a little bit bigger. I'm going to go with the rounded. This one's a little bigger for these flowers. Let's just make sure it's kind of clean. Just to get the base. Get the base of the flowers. So here I'm going to go just look. I'm not even going to worry about the edges because I'll erase that. So right now there's a flower there. There's a leaf there. That's a flower. I'll just go around with my kneaded eraser around the edges. So this is one of the nice thing about pan pastels is that you can get so much based in quickly. Okay. And I know it's very pale, but that's what I want to start with. So I'm just going to go ahead and just get all this based in. See, I'm not even going around each petal. I'm just kind of basing it in because what I'll do is I'll go in with the eraser. There's a leaf there. Okay, so it's very pale to start with, but it's a lot easier. I think these might be pansies. They might supposed to be, I don't know what kind of flower, but I want them to be blue. So, you know, I can do whatever color I want. So I'm just going to get all this based in. Even going over a couple of the leaves. So let's see, there's a flower there, flower there. I'm just saying you can get so much more coverage quickly. Now on the background here, I think I am going to go ahead and let that be, I think I'm going to let the background be a light blue. So I'm just going to go ahead and like I might leave the words lighter, but I'm going to go ahead and make sure that there's just a light blue all in the background there. Okay. Okay, there's a little bit of brown here. I touched something, so let's erase that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure all the background is light blue, just like this light sky, you know. All right, so there we go. Now, no spitting. They look like irises. Yeah, it could be anything. You know, I want blue flowers. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of get a little of the excess around on her hair, but I'm going to just go right over it. All right. So there we go. Same thing. I'll make sure and go all the way around the border here before I go spray it, just to make sure. See, look how much it picked up on the border. So a kneaded eraser really is a must. So it just picks it right up. Hi, Leona. Anybody else I missed? So you want to try to keep it clean as you go, as best you can. All right, so right there, though, I think let me go ahead and get a little bit more peach. I just want that to soften just a little. There we go. And let me go back with my skin tone here. All right. I'll do more with pencil. Let's get the base. Okay. Oh, let's see. Nothing in caps. I'm going to keep rolling here. All right. I think I'll go with some of the, I'm going to go and clean this one off here. Probably going to need a new tip in a minute. All right, so now I'm going to go in with this olive and just find the leaves. I'm just going to kind of pick them out here, and the stems, any stems. Let's see, right in here. And then once I get it based in, I'll go out, step outside on my porch and spray it to fixative it. You use Grumbuck final fixative spray on it before you go in with pencils. Yes, I do. Because otherwise you're touching everything. You're touching everything. You know, when you're going there with pencil, your hand's resting on it and you're going to be smearing it. So I do. I'll show you all the jar in a minute when I get ready to go outside. All right, so I think that's all the leaves that I see there. I see a little bit of stem right there, which I can get in there with pencil. And again, there's blue, all light blue, all in the background. It's very, very subtle. A little bit of leaf there. And again, you don't have to get in here with you can do this with pencil on those little tiny, tiny areas if you want. I'm just kind of trying to find them all. Maybe that's one there. Here's a leaf here. but they're really fun. It does take a little bit of practice. I've been using them in my portraits the last couple of years, basing my portraits, pet and people. I do use my pan pastels a little bit in those as well with my pencils. It does make it a lot quicker to have a base. Okay, let's see here. Looks like there's maybe a leaf here, and then maybe that's a flower petal, but Momo's not going to email you and say, that was supposed to be a leaf. I always say that. Okay, here's a little leaf there. There's a stem. I'm just tapping on some more. Let's see, back here's a leaf. And again, you can always erase any place that you don't want it. So you can get rid of anything, and you want to do that before you spray it. Make sure everything's cleaned up. All right, let's see, a couple leaves right here. So what's everybody else? What'd y'all do over the weekend? Did y'all do anything creative or go anywhere? Or Janet's probably getting ready to meet up with the girls. A leaf right there, I think. And if I miss anything, you can always go and add more pan pastel. But if you go in and add more pan pastel after you spray it, you have to spray it again. Okay. If you add more pan pastel, you do have to spray it again. I think I want that to be a leaf right there. And that one too. I think I want all that to be just a little bunch of leaves right there. Let's see. That's a whole flower there. Same for there. Here's a little bit. Because it'll smear. And maybe one right back in there. Just gotta kind of take your time. All right, let's see. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nettie, for the super chat. Let me go back. Well, how far back there? Oh, there it is. There it is. Thank you, Nettie, for the super sticker, the super chat. Dee, you are amazing. Well, thank you. I think y'all are amazing. So thank you, Nettie. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I do want to try to get back to doing some prints for you guys. You know, I took the summer off from doing prints, and I want to try to get back into it. I'm not saying, I don't want to say till after September because, as y'all know, I have jury duty on the 27th. So, yeah, I can't be doing prints when I'm doing jury duty. So we'll see what happens after the jury duty call. All right, so now let's see. I think I want to go ahead and put some hair. I was going to do her hair purple. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this light lavender color. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead. Let me clean this again. Let me clean it. Actually, I think I could do it better with this bigger one. So let's clean that off. And now, oh, let's see. Wait a minute. Where's my kneaded eraser? Here it is. Let's go ahead and get that little bit of brown off there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go in here with the lilac color. Now you see when I'm going over the line art, how it's lightening up the black line art. You're going to have to correct that with color, you know, or unless you just want it real soft like that. But you'll see how we do it as we go. All right, so now I'm just going to get a base here of all lilac color, kind of pink. I'm not sure what color clothes yet. I haven't decided on that. The same thing for her eyes, like, you know, to make them have mascara and stuff and makeup, you're going to have to do that. I'll do that with pencil because it's tiny, but you're covering up the line art, the black line art. Hi, Julia. Let's see who else. I know I'm playing this Kathy Arbor. All right, so let's see. Clean out my, go along the edge here. And you got to just keep flipping your kneaded eraser to keep it clean. All right, let's see. All right, I got to kind of decide on her clothes and her eyes. I think I'm going to go ahead and do her eyes and her clothes green. I'm going to go ahead and do them green. This tip. All right, I'm going to go ahead and change this tip because it is a little torn on the edge. So I'm going to put a new one on here. Now, especially the pointy one, you have to be real gentle about putting that on because this will rip. This is thin. And if you tug on it too hard, you're going to rip it. So, and I've done it. So be very careful. Just take your time. And yeah, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to go back with the green. And I think I'm going to do her eyes green. I'm going to put a little bit in. You really can't see it until I'll do that with pencil. But I'll let her have green eyes and then a green clothes and a white collar there. And white buttons. I'll probably put those in maybe with the posca to make them really look pearly. Okay. And then the bow will be green as well. This is just the base coat. No shading yet, guys, except, you know, in her face. I haven't done any shading yet. I'm just laying down a base coat. Okay. All right. Let's see. Please don't forget. Oh, thanks, Tina. I always have issues with those blue applicator sponges. Well, you just got to be careful with them. You can't be tugging on them. All right. Let's see. Let me get my kneaded eraser again. And I want to get a little bit out of the collar there. I'll probably put a little bit of blue highlighted shading. I mean, a little bit of blue in there, but not yet. All right, so let's see. Let me go ahead and show you this. So if you want any areas to be lighter, just take your kneaded eraser, let's just say in the bow, and you want, like, maybe there's a highlight right there. See how you can just erase it? So you can just erase out some highlights. But you gotta keep cleaning it, because once you just do one little swipe, you've picked it up there. So you need to keep cleaning it. But you can just get your highlights picked out. with your kneaded eraser. Okay. Same thing, like, let's just say I want a little bit lighter over her eyebrows. See how that just picks it right out? The tip of her nose, a little bit there. Chin. See how you can just pick it out? I want it to kind of blend right there. Probably just a little on her cheek. Whoop, I got a little too much. Got a little carried away there. Fix that. Just a little bit of a... All right, so now I'm going to take my... let me clean this off. Clean the purple. Get a little bit of that peach color and just soften that. Okay, same thing for right along the lip line. Sometimes it's a little tricky because it's thin. You could do it with pencil too. I just want a little bit of highlight on her lip there. A little bit in the corners there. And just pick out some highlights. It doesn't help when you get chewed on by the cats. I keep this stuff away from the cats. You know, if they start coming up here and getting in my way with this, I just close the door because... All right, so now I got a damp baby wipe, so I'm just going to kind of every now and then clean my hands off too, because it does build up. And I get a nice tan when I'm close up like this. Okay. Just kind of looking it over. All right, now let's go ahead in with the medium blue. And let me clean off the pink off of this. Where's my... Here. And just kind of get the excess off. And normally I don't do this over the top of the piece. You don't really want to do this kind of dusting stuff over your piece. I just want y'all to see what I'm doing. But at the same time, you know, try not to, you know, do like I'm doing this over the top of the piece. You don't want to do that. You want to do it off to the side because you're just going to take your chances of making more dust. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take the blue, the more kind of a tealy gray blue, and I'm going to just kind of pick out the centers of the flowers. And I'll do more shading with pencil. I'm just going to kind of get a little bit in there. So I'll be able to see that. Just a little bit of dark in there. Hi, Devin. Good to see you. Well, I mean, I've done a few, you know, I've done a few. Work with pan pastels. In color book and in my portrait. So, you know, and you get better the more you practice. That's true of anything. I'm even going to have one darker blue. So this is just the medium blue. Just going all the way around. Not being too fussy with it yet. You know, I'll do more details when I get in with pencil. Remember, be careful not to spit. Be careful not to spit. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good and soft. Hi, Mary. Thanks for the other pictures, Mary. I got one picked out. I'm not going to tell you. It's going to be a surprise. All right. Now, let's go back with the kneaded eraser. Clean it. No, you just keep folding. This one's getting a little, I mean, I've used this one for some time now. It's probably time to bust open a new one. All right, so I'm going to get edges. See, it's getting harder and harder not to touch, you know, and to make sure it stays clean. The more you get on there, you can always spray it and go spray it again. I just don't, I'm trying not to go spray it too many times because I don't have to leave the, you know, leave the stream to go downstairs. Okay, so there we go. Let's get just a little bit of roundness to her cheek again. There we go. Okay, Kalara, Becky, thanks for stopping in. Oh, thank you, Mary. You like the color combination? Hi, Carla. Good to see you. All right. So, and again, see how the blue is all in here? I want that light blue like in the background. I just left a little bit of light right there on the poem. All right, so let's see. What do I want to do? I guess I'll go ahead and do a little bit of the darker purple and the darker blue. Then I'll go spray it. Let's go ahead and do the dark blue since I'm working on the flowers. So what I'm going to do now is just take some dark blue. And I just want a little bit. Again, I'll do most of this with, what do you call it, a pencil. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a little bit smudged in there. Again, I don't recommend holding this over your piece while you're doing it. Kind of smudging some in there. I want them to look very soft and pastel-y, not outlined. Do you know what I mean? So I'm keeping it very loose. Just like that. Maybe a little bit more right in there. See, I'm not being real exact because I want it to be soft. See? Let's go all the way around. Hang on, guys. I'll look at chat in just a second. Don't know who's texting me. Okay. That's Denise. Let me see what she wants. Denise got some pretty highlights done in her hair yesterday. Let me ask her, can I show your highlight hair to the girls? Let me see. I'm sure she'll say it's fine, but I'll ask her. Yeah, don't spit. Exactly. Exactly, Nanny. Don't spit. But even by she said, "Show can." She's so funny. All right, so she got her. She looks so pretty in it. I just got to show. Okay, so she got her hair. There's Denise. She got highlights in her hair. So I thought it looked really good. Let's see. I can officially put hair model on my resume. I can officially put hair model on my resume. Oh my gosh, Denise. Too funny. Yeah. So anyway, all right. I'm gonna get a fresh baby wipe because this one's getting a little. I'm rubbing the pastel back into my hands. I know, right? It looks really pretty. All right. All right. Let me dry my hands now. Everyone is saying pretty. I know, right, Picola? It's pretty, right? Okay, so let's see. Let's get my kneaded eraser and go around one more time around the edges. Oopsie, I smeared that right there. Be careful. Before you spray, because once you spray it, you can't go back and erase it. All right. All right, let's see. I think that's pretty good. All right, now let me go back in with the blue. Let me clean off let me turn the tip around because that side's getting a little worn. And just turn it over. It's got just the blue in it. So let me go in with the light blue and the sponge here. Let's go in with the light blue. What kind of baby wipes? The only kind of baby wipes I use are the Huggies Natural. They don't have a scent. They don't have any soap. They're just called Huggies Natural. And that's the only kind I use. I mean, during the great what do you want to call it? I don't want to say during the lockdown, well, we never really were locked down that much in Georgia, but things were running out of the grocery stores. Yeah, then I think I did have to use one other brand at that time. But yeah. Well, here, I'll show you what the pack was. And what I do is I just buy the refill. So I just have one box. I have one box, you can see. I have one plastic box, and then I buy these refills. Huggies Natural Care. This is what they look like. So then I just buy this, and then I just, here, let me move this over. It's getting a little low in there, so I just cut open the pack because it's easier, to me, it's easier to use it out of the plastic, out of one of these, than it is to use it out of one of these. So I just take them out of here and just plop in another stack and just keep reusing the same box over. So you don't have to buy this anymore, you know. So that's what I do. And I keep it right behind me on the table, right behind me. Okay, so, all right, so I touched it right there. And when you wipe your hands off with the baby wipe, whoops, where'd my sponge go there? When you wipe your hands off with the baby wipe, now remember that's making your hands damp. Don't touch this because then you're getting a wet spot. You're getting a wet spot on your paper, and then you're doomed. So I have this is one of my work shirts. So I'll just, after I wipe my hands, then I can dry my hands on my work shirt. Because if you remember what I showed you here, let me get, where's my water brush? So if you just even get a speck of water, just a speck of water. Look, see that speck of water? So you don't want to get anything wet. That's one thing you do not want to do with your pan pastels. Yes, molds everywhere. Yeah, that's true, Rachel. You just never know. I tell y'all I don't have any secrets. I tell y'all everything I do, no tips. You know, I want y'all to, you know, and it just, whenever it occurs to me. So when I'm telling y'all what I'm doing, if something occurs to me, I just tell y'all what I'm thinking. So y'all know right in the middle of the process what's going on, right? All right, so let's clean these edges here. I'm just kind of looking around, making sure it's no smudges. It's getting a little harder and harder to not smear things because there's so much, right? So I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave the pastel like it is. It looks a little, you know, I can add more or pencil. So this is a base. Now let's go ahead and do her hair. So with that, I used the light lilac as a base. Now I'm going to go in with the darker, and I'm going to shade. Okay, I'm going to throw some shade. Then I'm going to go spray, and then we're going to come back. There's one little blue flower right there, but I'll add that again later. So now I'm going to just go in here. Then we'll do a lot of pencil. If I need to go back in with pastel, I can, but I'm pretty confident that I can do anything else I need to with pencil. This is just a good way, just like I would do a base with acrylic, watered down acrylic paint, or any other kind of base on my coloring. It's just a way to get a lot done quicker, right? Not that you have to be fast, or not that you have to go speed through. I go faster on a stream because we want to get as much done as we can. You know, you don't have to go that fast. You can take your time. But my point is especially, you know, when you're doing a lot of coloring in your color books, and you don't want to spend weeks, do a base of something: pan pastel, watercolor, watered down acrylic paint. I like watered down acrylic paint because it gives your piece a little bit more tooth. This is not going to give you any tooth, any extra texture. The pan pastel, acrylic paint will. But this, look, you know, just look at how fast I'm going with this dark purple, and imagine trying to do this right now with colored pencil. You'd be here all day. Oh, well, a few hours. You'd be there a few hours just doing this part with pencil. It just makes it so quick to get more done. And plus, it's just fun, right? It's just fun. And again, if you get out of line or anything here, just go in there with your kneaded eraser and clean it up. See how quick that is? So we've gone from this to this. You're always fast. Well, yeah, but that comes from streaming, I think. The quickness of it all comes from streaming for 11 years. You know, 3 hours sounds like a long time, but it really isn't. It goes by really quick. So you pick up speed in all your projects when you stream. And you get used to glancing at chat. You get used to, people say, I don't think I could stream because I can't read chat and do this and do that. Well, it takes just practice, and the more you do it, the quicker and better you get at looking at chat, reading chat, working on a project, because I'm not thinking. I'm not having to think about this. Not a lot. I mean, I have to stop and say, well, what colors do I want to use? But I'm not having to think about, does my stroke need to go like that? Does it need to do this? You just do it. And the more you stream, the better you get at it. So just don't spit. All right. So let's go clean up that edge. Okay, so I think I'm going to go outside and spray it. Yeah, it's muscle memory. Yeah, Devin. All right, so I think I got it enough here to go. I mean, again, whoops, that's the wrong one. I can always add more pan pastel again if I want, but you'll have to spray it again. Now, if there's any areas you think, well, I want a little bit more highlight there, take your kneaded eraser again, and you can go in here and just you can streak some in. Okay, or you can go later with posca or pencil. I'm just kind of showing you that you have this option. I want that a little darker though, right there. You can also use your, it's called electric, but it's just a battery in there. Your electric, and you can get in there and do like individual little hairs. So you can erase with that if you want it more detailed. Okay, I think it looks pretty good to go out and spray. So let me just make sure, especially down here where my sleeve kind of touches a little bit, the edge. All right, so I'm going to run outside. Let me get my BRB here. This. And I will close the door so the cats don't sneak in here and get up. And, y'all know one time Malibu got in the red, yellow, and blue, and she had it on her back and her side for the longest time. And you can't really wipe it off, not with a baby wipe, a cloth, because all you're doing is smearing it. So you're just like smearing it until you have the whole cats covered in it. So you just got to let it, and it's non-toxic. So you just got to let it wear itself off, let them clean it themselves, Oh, thanks, Tina. Tina put a link in there for the battery-operated eraser Derwent. There we go. There's other brands, too. I've got a couple different brands. I've also got a thin one in here somewhere, a tinier one. Okay, so let me go out. Let me go spray this. Oh, let me show you then we'll do the giveaway when I come back. Let's see. Where's my spray here? A couple things. All right, let me make sure that's... I'll go ahead and show you this just to make sure. All right, so, all right, babe, you're going to have to go out. Let's go out. Come on, out, because I'm going to go out and you're going to need to stay out. Okay, so this is what I use. Grumbacher Matte Final Fixative. You can get workable fixative, but I just find, I just get the Final Fixative. For one thing, it seems to smell less. I only spray it outside. I never spray this stuff in the house. But I want to show you something, because one time I accidentally bought, look at this. gloss. You do not want to use gloss on your chalk or your pencil. But look how similar they look. See how similar they look? You have to really be careful to get matte, not gloss, not gloss. So, so this is what it looks like. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go outside and I will be right back. Give me about 2 minutes. Let me put that gloss one way over there so I don't accidentally pick it up. All right. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to close the door so the cats don't come in. Okay. All right. I'm using a smaller battery. All right. So before I move on, I'll let this sit for a minute and we'll do the giveaway. Let me back out here a minute so you can see the whole thing here. What colors I'm using. There we go. All right. Do you have a link for the payment? Just one of the girls probably does, but Carol, if you just put in Pan Pastel, that is the name. It's not just like a brand. That is actually the name, Pan Pastel. And you can, I think you can get them on Amazon too. But if you just put in Pan Pastel, Google it, or one of the mods might put it in for you. But just put in Pan Pastel. It'll come right up. Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let me get a print for the, what do you call it? The international. And if you're international, you might already have one. So let me pick a couple different ones. You can have this one, or let me get one of these in a sleeve. This one in a sleeve. So I'll let whoever wins the international pick which one they want. Okay, so we're going to do, let me explain how the giveaways work. Oh, I got some stencils here too. I'll put a stencil. I'll put a couple stencils in the giveaway too, and with the international. Okay. All right. So here we go. So this is how it works. Listen to the rules, people. Listen to the rules because you don't want to be disqualified. How it works is when I type in go, this is for, let's do the US only. US only first. Okay, so I'm going to do the Rainforest Escape color book given to us by Our Faithful Mess for a giveaway. This is for US only. Okay, then we'll do the international separately. When I type in go, put in a number between 1 and 100. One number only. Yes, and what Tina said, make sure you have on live chat. Okay, let me get over to random.org. Hang on, guys, I haven't typed it in yet. Okay, so it'll be random.org, and it's going to be between 1 and 100. And I'll generate a number after everybody puts in a number. This is for US only. Let me get a Post-it out here and a Sharpie. Okay, this one's US only. Okay, USA only. Let me just move this over. Okay. Yes, thank you, Tina. All right, one number only between 1 and 100. Okay, don't lollygag, dawdle, put it in. Okay, so this is USA only. Then I'll do another one for international. Okay, because I got to go to the post office to mail a couple things tomorrow, so it's a good day to do a giveaway. All right, so I'm going to count down. Get your numbers in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Get those numbers in. 1. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see who wins it. First person closest without going over. Without going over. First person closest without going over. 37. 37. Okay. All right. Let's see who came the closest. I see a 33. I'm scrolling as well. Everybody can go look as well. Make sure you have live chat selected. Otherwise, you will not see. Otherwise, you will not see all the chat. Let's see. I see a 33. Does anybody come closer than 33? Okay. Yeah, Jane, that's what I thought too. Deb Eelbeck. Deb, you had 33. So Deb, EILBEC. Okay. So Deb, you won. Yeah. So here's my email. Email me your address. I will mail it out to you tomorrow. Let me get my email in here. Okay, there's my address. I do not share your address with anybody. So I'm just going to mail it to you. I don't put you on an email list or anything like that. Okay, so Deb, email me. Did you grab my email there? Grab my email and email me your address, and I'll send that out to you tomorrow. All right, now let's do the international. So you can pick which print you want if you win, and I'm going to throw in a couple of these stencils. This is international only. Okay, same rules apply. Same rules apply. One number only. The first person closest without going over. First person closest without going over. Okay, okay, good, Dad. Okay, good. All right, it's going to be the same thing. Okay. All right, international only. All right, and then I'll throw in a couple of the stencils, and you can pick which print you want. Okay, the mermaid or the bluebird. I'm just calling them that. That's not their names. I'm just calling it that so that y'all can distinguish which one you want. Okay, let me get Deb's thing off of here. Okay. All right. All right, I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, so the last one was 37. We're going to generate a new number. Here we go. 19. The first person, international, first person closest without going over. 19. Okay, let's go back and look. And if everybody went over 19, we'll do it. No, but there's just some that are under. I see Rachel had 14. Okay. I see Rachel had 14. Did anybody else get closer than Rachel? It looks like it might be Rachel. Okay, so Rachel, I know I have your address, don't I, Rachel? But send it to me again. Rachel, just send it to me again so it's easier for me, if you don't mind. Here's my email. So congratulations, Rachel. Now tell me which one you want. Rachel just got my starting to. Okay. Which one do you want, Rachel? Yes, you do. And I have you. Okay. Which one do you want? Do you want the mermaid or do you want the bluebird? Which one would you like? Rachel, which one do you want? I'm waiting. I'm waiting on Rachel. And let's see who else I missed. Riri, Jane, who else has come in I might have missed? Holly. Okay, which one do you want, Rachel? The bluebird? Okay, so Rachel wants a bluebird, a couple of stencils. All right, I'm going to send this out tomorrow. I have a couple other things that are going out. All right, let's get back to our Momo girl here. All right, congratulations, guys. I hope y'all enjoy that. Let's get this back in. Let's zoom back in. There we go. All right, is that still clear? Let me look here. Brightness, turn the brightness down just a tad. Contrast. How's that look? Did I turn it? I got it too dark now, didn't I? That's pretty good. Okay. All right, so let's get back to, all right, so now I've sprayed it. So I'm going to move all my pan pastels up out of the way. I can add more, but again, if I get in here with more pan pastel, then I'll have to spray it again. All right, so let me just move this to the side. Now I'm going to get out my pencils. So here's my tray of neutrals. Then I have a tray, and they're all just Prismacolors, tray of other colors. But you see how I have them divided up. The blues, the pinks and purples, orange, yellow, red, the greens, like that. They get mixed up, but I usually can kind of control them in there. All right. Oh, thanks, Tina. All right, so now on the eyes, let me start with that. I like to use, now if I can find one, I'll have to dig one out of my bag here. I like to use the Sharpie pen, not the marker. Markers will go through. The Sharpie pen is what I like to use for the details around the eyes. So, I think I have enough of the color around the eyes to go ahead and do this. You always want to do this last. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit more so you can see the eye part. It's going to be a little fuzzy, a little pixelated, but I want you to be able to see it. Okay. So the thing, you want to make sure that you have all your pencil and or pan pastel done before you do this. Okay. So I'm going to do her eyelashes. All right. So I'm going to do the pupil. I just want you to see the difference. Because remember, we've been going over all this with pastel. So it's dulled down. It has dulled down the line art even more. Okay. And same thing. Well, let me go ahead and do this first before I move on. Okay, so you can see the black is so much more black when you do this. And most color books, the line art is not black anyway. The line art is like a dark gray. All right, so I'm going to start with that. Now I'm going to get my sharpen a white pencil. Get a white. It's not white. Where's my white? Let's get a white. Here's one that's sharpened. Okay. Makes a huge difference. Yes, it does. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead. I think I'll go ahead and do the lashes here. I like to have nice kind of thick lashes. Okay, she's already got some shading inside the whites of the eyes there, but I'm going to put some more color in there in a minute. All right, so I'm going to do her lashes. And I always show y'all this. Let me get a piece of scratch paper. I've got one under here somewhere. I've got a littler one under there somewhere. Let me find it. It's up under here. Well, this is brown, but it doesn't matter. I just want to show y'all. When you do eyelashes, let me show you your eyes here. When you do eyelashes, don't do this. Don't do that. You want to do little kind of flicks. You want to do eyelashes like this. Okay? This is how you want to do your eyelashes. Thick and thin. Don't do this. Okay. All right. I usually put a couple on the bottom. Just to, not overly, because then it's going to look like she's got a bunch of fake eyelashes. All right, so now I'm going to take my white pencil and I'm going to get in here. So you can see the difference. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit in the part that's going to be green, which I did put a little pastel, pan pastel on there. Now I'm going to get my lime green. Okay, now I'm going to get my posca, which again I think is in my to-go bag. Small one here. I'm going to give her extra highlights. I'm going to put the one that's already there, but I'm going to give her a little bit more too. Okay. All right, now I want a light blue, like a slate blue, and I'm just going to put a little bit of shadow on the white part of the eye. It just makes it have more life. Don't ask me why, but it does. When you put a little bit of blue, it may be hard to see. Let me see if I can. Okay. All right. Now, she has purple hair, so she's going to have some purple eyebrows. I always like to add a little extra thick eyebrows. I just like that look. So, kind of doing like each individual little hair. Okay, let me hold that up. See the eyebrows? Take your time. All right. Now I'm going to get another lighter pink color too. All right. Now let's go into her lips. And put some lip lines. And a little bit of lip highlight. This side needs a little bit shaped up there. What is it, baby? Can't get up here. No, there's no room. Pencils and pastels. Sorry. Okay, whenever I use markers, baby, you got to get down. Sorry. Whenever I use markers to draw instead of pencils, they look like, yeah, you gotta flick them. Gotta flick them gently. Flick, flick. Very gently, Tina, just kind of flick. You just gotta kind of flick them. All right, so now I want a little bit of highlight up in here. See, I got something right there. I don't know what that was. Just a little bit of highlight under the brow line there. Okay. Same thing now. I want to get like a sienna and a peach color. All right, so I want to do a little bit of on the nostrils there. All right, so now it's going to do a little bit more color around the eyes. Hope y'all can see. I'm trying to keep it real, close for you guys. And just start kind of just blend a little more. I'm not going to add a whole lot of pencil to her skin because she does have quite a bit of color already. Maybe just a little bit more shadows under the hair here. And I'm going to add some extra little things in her hair. I'll do that in a minute. Maybe a little bit more eyeshadow, not too much. Okay, then take the peach color and then just kind of blend that, what I just put down. Just kind of blend that in. Just soften the shadows. And you can see she has a few little hairs there. So what I'm going to do with that, but don't do that until you're completely happy with the face. All right, let's just do a little bit of softly blending out her little cheeks there, just a little. A little bit more shadow over on this side, I think. I'm barely touching it with the pencil. I mean, I'm light, just skimming it very, very soft. No pressure on it. And hold your pencil far away will cause you to have less pressure. Okay, just kind of gently. I always had trouble with the color combination to make it look realistic. It takes practice. It does take some practice. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, just so you can see it, so I don't forget to do it toward the end, is I'm going to take, and she's got these little hairs coming down. There's just a couple, you can just see a couple of them. You see them right there, but what I'm going to exaggerate them. So what I'm going to do, then I'm going to take my posca. But don't do this till you're completely done with the skin, because you don't want to have to try to go around this. Same thing when I'm going to add more in the hair. Don't do that till you're completely done with the hair. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little bit in the hair so I'll show you that. All right, so now I'm going to get my darker purple and I'm going to start doing some, I'm not going to do a lot because I'm going to let the pastel be most of what I've done. Okay, but I'm going to put some shadows in here. See the difference that makes just like that much? But if I was going to do all this with pencil, it would have taken me a lot longer than what we did with the pastel, right? Oops, let me go there. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath, Tina. It's okay. All right, so I'm getting nice shadows up under the bow here. Okay. And of course, I'll shade the bow here in a little bit too. Right now, I'm going over all the shadowed areas because you see how when you go over it with the pastel, how much it lightens up the line art. See, now look, see how much difference that makes? So take your time, just follow the line art. You can do it. Just don't lose all your light areas. That's her shiny hair. but get nice dark shadows around the flowers and everywhere else. See the difference between that and that? Okay, I need to sharpen. Bye, Julia. Thanks for stopping in. Let me turn my camera down. There we go, because I can't move it up anymore. Got all those pastels up there. Thanks, Nats. Come along. Don't be afraid to get dark darks, because that's that contrast. And I tell the story all the time. I don't get people asking me as much now because I don't do as much color booking now. But back when we were doing like color books for almost every show, and if you want to see a whole bunch more color book pages done, go look in my playlist under color books, and you'll see tons, hundreds. I've got way over 1,000 videos now, and you'll see tons of color book pages. But people would message me and say, I used all the same colors as you did, and I followed you, and I did this, and why does it not look like that? And I can almost always tell you, it's almost always you don't put enough darks, enough contrast, lights and darks. See, look at the difference right here. This is what I'm talking about. See how this is not contrasted? Look at this. See? Look. All I did, the only difference between this and this is more of this. That's it. That's the only difference between these two. Hi, Jeff. And that's, people are afraid to put down two darks. And if you're afraid to do it, practice on another sheet. Like make a copy of your page and have a practice sheet right next to you. Have a practice sheet right next to the one you're working on. So you can say, well, do I want this color? Is that too much pressure? Is that too dark? Is that too not dark enough? If you have a practice sheet next to you, a printout of the exact same thing, you can have a place to practice your color combinations and all your, pencil pressure. Because see, look, I've already worn this down again. I've got to sharpen it again. So wiggling the pencil in front of the picture will give you better contrast. Wiggling the pencil in front. I don't know. Are you being funny? You have to actually put the pencil to the paper, Jeff. You see where the line art has been kind of washed out because we went over it with pan pastel, right? Well, now you can get all that back with your pencil. Okay. And I'm going to put some more little even extra highlights in here. You'll see in just a minute. Let's go ahead and get all this in here. Nice shadows around the flowers. Got to sharpen again. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, even with the white, you could even get a little bit more highlight in here. And sometimes this works depending on the medium that's on the base. If you have a lot of pencil under there, adding more pencil on top is, you're not going to get those whites back. You're going to have to use like a posca or something. But because right now it's mostly the pan pastel there, where I'm putting these whites on. Looks like I got a spot right here. Didn't finish. Your pencil will go over it. The white pencil will go over it, and you can get some of those little highlights, extra highlights. But you can always use your posca. Okay, so now I'm going to show you here. Watch, 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 watch. So I'm going to put a few little, but then I touch it with my finger. Don't just go like that, because you're going to have a hard edge right there. You want to kind of go in with your posca and then kind of touch the edges of it so it kind of feathers it out. So I don't even know if you can see the difference between this. Let me see. I'll do it over here. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. So before it dries, just kind of soften it. Okay, so you don't have a harsh little edge. So you can go in there and add some extra bright highlights. And then what you want to do, let me go ahead and do this first. I'm just going to kind of go through and just kind of add a few. Where you want it really bright. Can y'all see the, I don't even know if you can see the difference. Maybe you can see one here. Just kind of soften it. Let's go over here at a couple. But then the final thing you can do, and don't do this till you're completely done with all the hair, because you don't want to have to try to color around what I'm going to show you. Okay, so just go ahead and kind of softly blend that in. All right, so then what you want to do, well, let me go ahead and do a couple more, is to put a few stray hairs, kind of like I did these on the forehead, but you can have a few strays, like kind of blowing in the breeze, sort of. Just a few. Don't go too cray with it, because then it doesn't look natural. But you can have a few little hairs that are like loose, like that. See? Just kind of keep it soft. Maybe there's one more right in here. See how that just adds a little bit more oomph to the hair? Just kind of touch the edges, though. Maybe there's a few flyaways right there. Maybe there's one or two right in here. Just a couple. Just a couple little flyaways. Just kind of looks kind of cool. Okay. All right, let me back up so you can see it more in its real, because we're so zoomed in. See? Like that. Maybe one or two up here. Okay. Oh, let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and let me get some of my greens here. Like a moss green and the bronze and dark, like an olive green. I have another one, don't worry. People always pick out these little tiny nubs and they go, oh, she's running out of pencils. I got more. It's just that this one was handy. And I do have pencil extenders. People go, oh, you need to get you a pencil extender. I got a bunch of them here somewhere. Here we go. Look. See, I got pencil extenders. All right, so now I got the kind of a gray. Well, let's go in with the. Let's see. I want this green. I think this green will probably be good. So what I want to do now is kind of shade in her dress. Oh, let's go ahead and zoom back in. Oh, are you talking about the white pin? They're poscas. Posca, and this is the fine tip. I think it's 0.7. I think that's what this one is. All right, so now I'm going to come in here with the do a little shading on her little blouse or shirt here. Okay. Then a little bit with the lighter green, just to soften it so that you don't see pencil marks. Very soft. Okay, and then some white pearl buttons. And then something like this makes a lot of difference. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because I'm not that, but just the tiniest little shadow under those pearl buttons is going to make them stand out. See how much that makes a difference? I don't know if you could see, it might be too far away. And a little bit more shadow under the collar. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the blue and just have a little bit of shadow from maybe her hair right there on the white collar. This is a piece of her hair right there coming down from that flower. Could even go right over the top of the flower, actually. All right, what color is the shading for the green? Yeah, I think it's bronze. No, it's green ochre. This one's the bronze. Just the bronze is one shade lighter than the green ochre. Okay. And then this is a gray green. I don't even know which one it is. Well, it's $10.99. It's a gray. I'm not sure which name it is because it's cut off. Just a little bit extra right there. What is MOMO? MOMO is the girl that designs these books. You can find her on Instagram. I showed them better at the beginning of the show. All right, now I'm going to get in here with a little bit. I'll just throw the greens down here. Yeah, I'm going to get indigo blue, and I always try to remember. I don't always do it, but to try to put a blue piece of tape on the indigo blue because it looks exactly like black. And if you've ever done anything with black and then gone over it and it turns out to be indigo blue, then you've got blue, and you're just like, oh no. So, and then my slate blue, and let's see what else do I want. Do I want gray? Let's see, maybe this one. Okay, so I've got periwinkle, slate blue, and indigo blue for the flowers plus white. Okay, hi Bonnie. Anybody else I missed coming in? So let's just do a little bit of these flowers. So I'm going to start with the indigo blue, And I'm just going to kind of go in there, kind of the same thing I did with the hair, but I'm just doing a direction like this. Where's that paper? I'm just doing like this. This is kind of what I'm doing in those flowers. Okay, so I'm just kind of getting in there with the little bit of veining, kind of veins like. You see how, look at the difference that makes from that to that. It's all about the contrast, people, I'm telling you. It's the contrast that makes it look so good. And your color choices too. So I'm just going to do that. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the slate blue and just kind of just soften around just a little bit in there. I'll show you how I'm going to address these flowers. So I'm just kind of doing a little bit of all over kind of shading like that. Okay. And now I'm going to take, well, let me see. There's a couple places here where I could kind of fix her hair. I kind of went into a little bit too much with the purple over some of the flowers. But I'm going to take the posca and I'm going to make like little dots in the center. And then maybe a couple little veins. So let me do a couple here so you can see. And remember what I always tell y'all about the posca. If you don't want those hairs here to be white, you know, that I just, or the same thing for the little lines that I'm putting in these flowers, then let the posca dry and you can go over it with a pencil and it'll still retain its brightness. Like, let me show you here on some of these hairs. Where's my light purple? Okay, so like any of these white hairs here where I don't know if you can be able to see. Let me see if I can hold this up. See how white that is right there? My pencil. You can, after the posca's dry, then you can take your color and go right over the top of it. Look. So it makes it so it's not pure white, but it still retains its brightness. See how you can still see the white posca under the pencil? But now it's not pure white. It might be kind of hard to see. Let's see right here. See, I can go right over the top of the white. And you still see the posca underneath, but it's not pure white anymore. So just because the posca is white doesn't mean it has to stay that way. Here's a good one right here. See how you still see the brightness of it, but it's not pure white. Does that make sense? I hope. Okay, so the same thing I'm doing down here. See how I put the little, my pencil's rolling. All right, so all I'm doing here is just putting some little dots and a few little, like little stems or little veins. And that's all I'm going to do with them. But if you don't want that white, you can go over it with light baby blue. Okay, so let's go back up here. And that's all I'm going to do with all the flowers. I'm just going to do that. Some dots and a few little veins on top of the pastel that I've already put down. So they stay very, very pale blue. Okay. All right, let's do her bow. Can y'all see okay? Don't forget Janet, if y'all weren't here earlier, when I showed the picture of her and Julie sticking their tongue out at me. They're in Branson. They were in Branson and meeting up with a third person, which I don't know if they want to know who that is, so I'm not going to say. But Julie and Janet are meeting up well, they've already met up. They spent the night last night in Branson. So Janet's not streaming today. And Julie and Janet are obviously not here. So Tina and Picola have been holding down the fort. And I told them if they needed to, they could mod Arlene. But we don't usually have too much trollage. We have a few every now and then, but my mod's got big boots. So, all right. So there's a little bit of the green. And again, so I can take some of the white and let's just put some in here just so I can show you that once it's dry. So let's just go ahead and get a few more little highlights in the bow here. Again, kind of feathering out the edges there. Let's get a little bit more of that knot. Okay, so now you got to let it dry, though. You have to let it dry. If I tried to put pencil on top of this right now, it would just smear it right off. So you have to let that dry or hit it with the heat gun. Then once it's dry, then I'll take the light green and go over the white. And teeth. I don't know what I missed. I missed something there with Arlene and the teeth and might be something to do with the alligator. All right, so the same thing for in the highlights that I put with the white. I might go back over those with lime green just to knock it back just a little so that it's still bright but lime green. All right, let's make sure that's dry. Let me hit it with the heat gun. Okay, now I'll go over that with the lime green, and I'll do half of it so you can see. Okay, so you see how you still see, there they go. You see how you can still see the brightness of the white under it, but it's not white. So you can still get something nice and bright and highlighted with the white posca, and then just go back over it with the color of your choice there, in this case, the light green. And now you've got a highlight, but it's not white. It's the color that you're doing there. See the difference? All right. So let's see. Let me sharpen my white pencil. So I want to use the side of it here and just get a little bit more, just a little more brightness right there in her forehead. And I'm going to go ahead and add some freckles just so y'all can see that if you accidentally get spittle, I didn't in this case, but you can add just with a sienna, you can add barely touching now. Don't make little circles. You're making little, kind of like little scruff marks, like just kind of like going like this, but tiny. Don't overdo, just a few. But it just gives her a little more character. with just a few little freckles. See? A couple of them a little darker. Like that. What's Jeff saying? The dog ate something. Honestly, didn't agree with him. Well, let's just say. Oh my gosh, Jeff. Oh my gosh. All right, let me go ahead and finish these flowers here in the back with the indigo again. And that's all I'm going to do is just kind of go in here and do some veins. Maybe there's some real dark areas, you know, around the flower or shadow in there. And then I've got a few green leaves in there, which are the same color as her bow. You see, I'm not being too fussy with it. It's just I'm leaving the color of the pastel in the background and then just going over it, having a few little darker areas. And then if you need to, then take your light blue and just maybe kind of add a little bit more blue in there. Maybe a little more in this. Okay, back up to here. A little bit of blue, maybe along some of those edges. I feel a sneeze coming on. Okay. I felt a sneeze. I did not sneeze over the picture. Do not sneeze over your pan pastels. Just saying. All right, so now I'm going to take my posca here. Maybe I have a couple little bit of highlights there. Y'all got any questions or anything? How we doing? And again, if this looks too white, I kind of like it white because the flowers are kind of very, very pale blue. But if it's too white for you, then once that's dry, go over it with your light blue or whatever color you're using. Just something like that. This one needs a little bit more blue in there. All right. Keep going. Just a few more flowers. I'm not going to do all this today. I'm just going to finish up this and I'll take a picture of this and post it on Instagram. And I will post a picture of the cover of the book. And I always, of course, tag any artist, like I'll tag MOMO. I always like to give credit to the artist. Maybe a little bit darker in there. A little more blue maybe down in here. All right. Looks like Jeff's being quite the entertainer today. The chat. But I hope you all have enjoyed doing the pan pastel and color pencil. All right, let's do a little bit of the leaves too. Oh, thank you, Nat, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I'll post it on Instagram later so you can get a better zoom in on it. Thank you so much for the super chat supporting the channel. I'm going to try to get back to doing some prints maybe in October. I got to wait and see what's going to happen with where's my little note here? I got jury duty Monday the 27th, so we'll see how long that takes. Okay, so there's a stem right there and a couple. We put a couple little veins in some of these leaves. Not doing too much detail on them, just kind of putting a few stems and then maybe just a little bit of the chartreuse green over the tops. Just to add a couple of shades of green variation. Oh, let's do that stem right there. Okay, a little bit down in here. A stem right there. Or it could be a piece of hair, but either way. Something like that. And then if you want, you could either go back in with some pan pastel and, put a little bit in the background here, because that's what I did. You can't always see it here, but it's very light pan pastel in the background for the sky. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of blue. What is it, baby? Behind the flowers here. And then if you want, you can do one more thing. If you do a background, then you can take your posca and you can get rid of some of the edges of the line art and make it kind of fade into the background so that the line art isn't a harsh line around your flowers. See how that kind of just knocks it way back by doing that? So you can do that if you want to get rid of some of the lines just to soften it even more. See how that knocks the flower petals back? Okay, good. Okay. Thanks, Tina. All right, so I'm just going to kind of and maybe a few little places lighten up the edges. It just kind of helps make it kind of fade, you know, blend in real softly. Thank you, Deb. Okay, let's just finish this up. And I'll show you the book again, what I've got, other pages that I finished. So let's go around this a little. I don't see anything else in chat. Carla. Well, welcome back, Carla. Glad you like it. All right, so I think that's probably pretty good there. All right, let's go ahead and back out. Here we go. So I think it turned out pretty good. Let's see, let's get a nice little edge on that collar there. Got a little bit of pastel blend in there, and I think it needs a nice white edge. And probably there's a little hairs there, but it's kind of hard to tell. Don't neglect the edges there. And maybe one or two little. Okay, so what do y'all think? Does that look pretty good? Oh, thanks, Maseki. Finger works as good as the posca. So I think she looks pretty good. Again, this flowers would be the same as this background here, but I'm not going to take the time to do that. And I'm only going to photograph this right here. Let's see if I got a little bit of a smudge from my handle on the edge. Of course, I can't, if there's any of that leftover smudge, it's not going to wipe away because I sprayed it. All right, so do I want anything else, or does that look pretty good? What do y'all think? Does it need anything? I just need the slightest bit of highlight. So I guess I will go ahead and go. I will put this on Instagram as soon as we're done here with some of the, I'll put some of the, pastels around it and make it look good. Let me go ahead and show you the different ones that we've done already in this book. So this is what the dust jacket looks like. This is what it looks like. This. So if you see it on Amazon to order it, this is what it looks like. This is the dust jacket right here. Okay, and I will flip. This is some of the sample ones that she does. So this is one of the ones I've done here. And I'm just going to flip through the book one more time before we go, so you can kind of see what's in it. Stunning books. I'm telling you, both of her books are stunning. I think she might even have a third one out. I'm not sure. Thanks, Rachel. You're welcome. Thanks for keeping me company. So there's one we did today. So and this one was done with pan pastel as well. Let me just flip through. We did this one about a month ago, and there's a video of this one. This one. That one. Just so y'all can see the whole book. There's the MOMO Girl coloring book right there. So let's go back to the one we did today. Well, where is it? All right. So, guys, don't forget, Janet is not streaming today. She's in Branson having a good old time. She did say that I could show y'all her and Julie stuck their tongue out at me this morning. Let me go back. Where is it? Janet and Julia stuck their tongue out at me like, na, 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 na. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to head out, go maybe make a pizza or something for lunch. Thank you, Nanamo. Thank you guys that supported the channel, and thanks for being here. And I hope y'all like the giveaways. So congratulations to Rachel and to Eli Ellebeck. Yeah, congratulations, guys. I'll get those mailed out to y'all tomorrow. And y'all have a blessed day. And we will see you all Wednesday, the good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Bye, guys.